Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Alison, the online piano and online violin tutor. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 simple ways to improve your violin skills. But before I do go any further, I just want to tell you all about my 1 to 30 violin course that I know so many of you don't know exists. It's such an amazing course and I just want to tell you all about it. My 1 to 30 violin course is a fully comprehensive and professional course that guarantees to take you from a complete beginner to a very decent, accomplished intermediate level by the end of it. The course is very simple and it's very easy to understand without the commitment of an in-person tutor, which is fantastic really and what most of us want. But it does guarantee to still give you the same level of skill that you would get from a private tutor. This course has been based on my 20 odd years of private teaching that I've done through the course of my career. The course has been designed so that anyone at any age and any level can follow it. The lessons and videos are very easy to follow and you don't need any prior knowledge of any music or any other instruments or anything whatsoever. The course covers everything from how to hold the violin, how to hold the bow, how to read music, technical exercises to improve your skill and dexterity, music theory, bowing techniques, more complex pieces, more techniques, everything that you could possibly need and much, much more. There really is no other course like this available on the internet and all the reviews on my shop speak for themselves. Basically what I'm trying to say is that my course will take you from this to eventually this. The course is 100% downloadable. There are no physical books to ship out, no waiting times or anything like that. As soon as you buy, you can download and get started on the course immediately. It's available worldwide to anyone and is available from my shop, www.amsmusicshop.com, and is priced at $59.99 US. So basically, once you've paid, you can get started straight away. All you're going to need before you start and download the course is your violin and your enthusiasm. Alrighty then, 3 simple ways to improve your violin skills. Number 1, play scales and arpeggios every single day. There's no excuse to not play scales and arpeggios every single day. Scales and arpeggios are absolutely fantastic for any instrument, no matter whether you're playing the piano, the violin, the clarinet, the flute, the saxophone, whatever it is you're playing, you should always be playing scales and arpeggios. Now, when you get to lesson 11 in my book 2, I start to teach you about scales. Arpeggios are a little bit further on in this book, but I start to go through the basic scales that one should know for the violin. Now, scales are really good for the violin because they're going to help you learn key signatures. If you don't know what key signatures are, hold fire. They are explained in this book a little bit further on as well. But it's good for fingering, increasing coordination, dexterity, and mainly intonation on the violin. So the reason why we like scales and arpeggios, yes, it's going to help you with the finger dexterity, but it's going to help you with intonation. All pieces of music are made up of scales and arpeggios, and all pieces of music are in particular keys. Now, a scale is the same as a key signature, or a key that a piece of music is in. So at this kind of level, we're going to be learning pieces of music that are in the key of D major, A major, G major, C major, F major, B flat major, just to name a few. These are the scales that we've done in here. They're also the keys as well. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are playing a piece of music in the key of D major, which you will recognize soon because I've put it in this book, so don't worry if you don't understand most of what I'm saying right now. It is all explained in this book. I'm just giving you the cliff notes, as it were, and I know some of you will understand what I'm saying a little bit as well, but for those of you who don't worry too much. I'll give you the cliff notes to it. So if we're playing a piece of music that's in the key of D major, we need to play the scale that is in D major. Now, once you've played the scale of D major a million times, you will know exactly where your fingers need to go on the violin to nail that scale of D major. Now, when we come to play the piece of music in the key of D major, we will be playing all of those notes in that scale, but muddled up a little bit, obviously, to give you the flavour of that piece of music. So all of the notes that are in the key of D major in that piece of music are going to be all in the same place that you would be putting your fingers down on the violin when you are playing that scale of D major. So the two are exactly the same. So what I'm trying to say is that the better you are at playing scales, the better your intonation is, and the better everything is going to be moving forward. The second way to improve your violin skills is to make sure that you are playing in tune all the time. Now, this probably does go a little bit hand in hand with the scales. If you're good at playing your scales and arpeggios, your intonation is going to improve. But rather than just let your intonation just do whatever it wants, make sure that you make sure that your intonation is there. So if you hear a note out of tune, don't just brush it under the carpet, ignore it and move on. Make sure you go over that note and make sure you don't make that intonation mistake again. If there's a particular note that you keep making the mistake of over and over and over, and you're never putting your finger down in the place that it should do, make sure that you sort that out. If you leave your intonation to get worse over time, then it's very, very hard to come back from. And the third way to improve your violin skill, most of you are not going to like this, but it is to play everything painfully slow, exceedingly slow. It's so boring to play everything slow, but it does teach you a few skills. It gives the brain a chance to think about what it's doing, what's coming next. You're just slowing everything down, so you are making everything harder for yourself in some respect. But if you can't play it slow, you can't play it fast. So playing something really slow does teach you a lot, because it really exposes everything, and it really exposes your technique, and it really exposes the piece for what it is as well. It's also a bit of a test on one's own patience as well, to see if you can play it slow. But trust me, play it slow. I've got another video on playing with a metronome that I'm going into more detail with this, but play things really, really slow. Keep playing them slow and gradually increase the speed, and you'll notice how much faster you're learning that piece of music, and how much more efficiently, and how much that piece of music will actually improve in a very short space of time. You will find that you'll improve much better on that particular piece than you have done on any of the other pieces, just because you're playing it slowly. 3 simple ways to improve your violin skills. I hope you've enjoyed this video. All the links to everything that I've mentioned will be directly underneath this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.